I would like to show you how to create several images based on a list and save them to Google Drive. Now, why would you want to do that? Let's say you have an advertisement campaign where you have your favorite cartoon characters depicted in the office or something like that, and you want to keep the images for yourself and save them to Google Drive, which is actually the tricky part of this. So I will show you exactly this, but on an example of different animals splashing around in the Nile River. So the first thing we want to do is to create that list of the animals. Well, I have here only 3, so it wouldn't take long to generate such images. Also, there's a pro tip for when you are using Google Sheets, the module for searching rows, where if you use the first row as headers for your columns, it will be automatically picked up by Make. So that's what we did. I will just run this module. And here we see we have 3 output bundles for each animal, 1. And the data, the column filled is actually named animals, as was the first row, the first column, no, the first row. And the next step on our journey would be to adding Dumpling AI to the goulash. Here, generate an image. That's what we want to do. And Dumpling AI, we can choose from 3 different models, all of them from Flux One. The first one, the default one, is the Schnell, and that's the fastest. Also, it consumes the least tokens from Dumpling AI. The rest of them take a bit longer, so I will use the first one. It's very good by itself. And what we are interested in is the prompt itself. So here we describe what we want to see. So I want Flux to generate a picture of that animal, elephant, splashing around in the Nile River. All right, we don't have to care about if we use A or N, because A elephant is incorrect, but it doesn't matter. AI will understand it anyway. And here there are some more settings about number of interface steps. That's mostly affects the quality of the image. If you set it too low, it might be too pixelated, but default is 20 and the maximum is 50, and 20 is more than enough. So I'll keep it by its default. And seed is when you are creating several images, you want to keep the quality consistent or the type of the image consistent. You take the seed, which is generated from the first image, and you use the seed. It's usually a series of numbers. You use that same seed to the rest of the images. And numbers of images is straightforward. So I will run this, and I will just stop it here in the middle, because we don't want to generate 3 images. 1 is more than enough for our setting of the module. So now we see Dumpling AI generate image module has gifted us with the URL for our beautiful image. The first one is, I think, elephant. So I just copied the URL that Dumpling AI gave us. I put it in a new tab. We should see a elephant. Beautiful. This is our first generated image. But this is just the URL. It is a pointer to a different server. We don't have the image by itself stored in our Google Drive or on our server. So what we want to do, we want to download the image and then store it to Google Drive. So the downloading will be done through an HTTP module, get a file. And here we have the URL. So we will use the URL from the previous module. Here we go. Let's start it. And again, just one image will be enough. Now it's downloaded. Beautiful. Now let's see the output. We have here some kind of data, but that is a buffer. It's a It's called a binary. This is how a piece of it looks like in binary as a binary representation. We cannot read it. It's not even whole right now, but Google Drive will understand it. So we will send it there. It will be saved as file.jpg. So let's do that. Here, Google Drive, I have already prepared it for myself. Upload a file. That's what we want to do. We want to upload the file to Google Drive. And here we will choose to select from the folder ID from the list, because I don't remember the folder ID from heads, which is understandable. And here it is, Dumpling AI folder. Now, if we keep it like this, it makes it so nice that it recognizes that the previous module is HTTP getter file, and it saved us the hassle of setting it up. But the problem is, if I use it like this, it will save 3 times an image, which would be called file.jpg. That's not ideal, because we would want to name those files according to the animals. So we use the map option, and here in the file name, we can set the file and the data. The data is correct. We want it like this, but for the file name, let's use the first module, the Google Sheets, and here we have the name of the animal, which is beautiful. We also need to add the extension of the file we are saving, so that would be .jpg. Because if we don't do that, Google Drive wouldn't understand what kind of file we saved, and we couldn't, well, I need to redo it. Well, we wouldn't be able to view it directly in Google Drive. JPEG. Okay. Now, yeah, there's a tiny bug. We want to resave it again. That's a make thing. Let's save it. And now let's run it. Here we are generating an image. Here we are downloading it to make locally. And here we are uploading it to Google Drive. I will show you the Google Drive. And here we have the first image, elephant.jpg. Let's open it. Oh, here, elephant. Let's open it. We have a bit different image of elephant than previously, which is understandable. It's a different prompt, or it's a different run. And here we have all 3 of those. Zebra, nice, and crocodile. Beautiful. All right, and that would be it. This was how to create a series of images based on the list and save them to Google Drive.